over the link right now.
All right.
There it is. Link is up.
Josh is blind.
I am fucking blind. See how close I am? There we go. We're live on Instagram.
I sent it on Instagram, Joe,
Yeah, you're good.
in the group chat. Oh man.
All right. Let's get the fucking party started.
Oh, he's jumping right into it. Let's do it.
So are we sounding the alarm on the season?
Man, I think you're pretty close, right?
Fuck it, tank. Get a quarterback.
I mean, shit. At this point, man, there's a lot of. It's hard to find any positives right now. I mean, we have a superstar receiver who obviously wants out. From Jordan Schultz, he did mention that this has been brewing since last offseason in a recent tweet. I mean, at this point, why not break it down and rebuild?
I mean, there's not much to break down on the offensive side. So. you got DA and you got maybe Colton. Like that's it. That's the only long-term players you have. So hey, welcome everybody on Instagram. I've decided to wear my favorite shirt. It's my Raider shirt. Season's over. Fuck it. Let's drink. Hello. I don't really drink on live, but here we go.
I think you're always looking. Well, for you, you're always looking for a reason to drink, right, Josh?
Yeah. Whether it be a torta or my ex-wife, I'll find a reason.
Oh man. But yeah, let's dive in. Davante Adams. Oh, Joe got disconnected. Technical difficulties to start. Well, we can dive in a little bit. I mean, we'll wait for him to talk about Adams. I mean, nice shirt.
I've had this in the closet for a while. I will say I don't see any comments in. Can you type in a comment and make sure I see it?
I do see a few over here on your Instagram.
No, I mean on the on StreamYard.
Let's see. Yeah, it's
okay.
up.
I got a question. If they comment on X, where does it go?
It goes on StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
And then instead of the little YouTube thing, it's whatchamacallit.
I probably should have asked that like 5 weeks ago, but I didn't.
A Diddy, a Diddy, P Diddy, a Diddy. You see how it's right there?
It's Addie's daddy.
Addie's daddy. There it is.
Stockton. Yeah. Me and Andrew are both from Stockton, so
there we go. All right, we're back. We're back on. We have some technical difficulties.
Yeah. So what happened is, Davante Adams cut Joe's internet because he unfollowed.
Yeah. Davante's all pissed off at me right now.
I mean, now I have a personal goal to get blocked by Davante Adams and his family. I mean, Carr did it.
Man, that's a crazy personal goal.
Well, I've been blocked by Josh Jacobs already this offseason, so I guess I'll take the block from Davante Adams as well. I'm not even pissed off at Davante Adams. Like,
it's hard.
Like, you can't be like they didn't look at our quarterback.
Yeah,
look at our quarterback. Like, we have Gardner Minshew as our quarterback, and the guy can't he can't go to the line of scrimmage and make a read. Like, and he's throwing to Davante Adams, or he's not even making the read when Davante Adams is one-on-one out there. Like,
yeah, they're not reading the offense. That's what I kept saying from day one after week one. Our offense is set up for Luke Getsy, not our players. And none of our players fit his fucking offensive scheme. The only one that fits it is Mattinson, and he's a backup. When you looked last year at successfulness from Gardner, he hit Pittman. Pittman became a top wide receiver in the NFL. And that was because he had a line and he had a run game. That's what he did well. And he did a lot of boots, a lot of play actions. We can't do anything like that. And they're asking Gardner to go out there and throw 35 times a game. We're going to lose. Like, we're going to lose. That's what's going to happen if he does that over and over again. He's not that guy. Just like the same, AOC's not that guy. Garoppolo wasn't that guy. They're not built to throw the ball 30 to 40 times a game. That's not what we are.
Yeah, I agree. To touch on what Joe was saying, I mean, we kind of promised Davante a franchise quarterback after Carr left. I mean, it was kind of I mean, they
Wait,
never.
Wait. Carr wasn't a franchise quarterback?
Hey, by your tweets, I mean, I don't know right now. You've been kind of calling for Carr the past week, Josh.
I've been fucking around just to piss people off. I still have the stragglers of the cult following me, so I like to fuck with them a little bit.
So, I mean, after Carr left, we kind of promised him a franchise quarterback, right? There he is. There's the guy right there. Big Derek Carr, man. But
what the fuck?
I mean, we promised him a franchise quarterback, and we went out and we got him fucking Jimmy Garoppolo, and we got him Gardner Minshew. At this point, if you're 32, you know you're in the back end of your career. You got a few years of prime left. I don't blame him for requesting the trade.
Yeah. It's like we went to Temu and decided to get a fucking quarterback. Like,
yeah,
I think McDaniels effed us up. And I told people, I was like, it's going to take us a couple years to recover because you have – before that, it was Madoff and Gruden. You have bad personnel decisions that linger on. So we just got rid of the cap space and the players from Gruden and Madoff. And now we're going to have to deal with the ones from McDaniels for the next couple of years. So it's just we got to give these coaches time. We got to give these players time. And it's okay that a 32-year-old wide receiver is leaving. Like, we got to admit, he's a top 5 wide receiver. Like, that's what he is. But the thing is, top 5 – I was just talking shit to somebody on Instagram. Like 5 of the top 10 wide receivers don't have Super Bowl rings all time. Like Fitzgerald, Moss, Owens, fuck, who else was there? Like Chris Carter, like all these badass wide receivers that had Megatron had these exceptional careers don't have Super Bowl rings because teams don't win that pay their wide receivers $40 fucking million. It's not a thing. So, and you see like with Tyreek Hill, without a quarterback, he's nothing. He's nothing. He's a guy out there that can run fast if you can't get him the ball. So it's quarterback then wide receiver, not vice versa. And we went backwards on that. I did.
Yeah, Devontae won't be the only wide receiver traded in the next few weeks. So it's just one of them on the market. And if you watch the Raiders, you kind of saw it coming. You didn't want to believe it because you were going to hope that our offense would actually get going, but it never did. And now we're going to try. If Devontae's on the field, the one thing that everybody wants to do is feed Davante Adams. So with him being gone, we were talking about this on Sunday with the offense is maybe without having to try to feed one guy, you can move it around a little bit. But knowing Luke Getsy, he's just going to look for Brock Bowers the whole damn time and do the same damn thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Our offense looked better without Davante Adams. Let's be realistic.
They did.
Because people didn't know who to focus on. That was the issue.
Yeah.
So you got to see what we can do without him. But the thing is, now we don't have a true number one, regardless of how much we love Jacoby. He's an 800-yard guy. That's not a number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that,
sometimes you don't need the number one though.
You need somebody that's better than Jacoby. I hate to say it, but you need somebody that's a little bit better than Jacoby.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then it just drops off. Tucker is not a number 2. He's a speed guy. He's going to get you 400 to 500 yards. I don't think at this time in his career he's a number 2 wide receiver. He's just not.
So do you think that this is kind of a different question going away from your wide receiver number 1? Do you think the show receiver had anything to do with all this blowing up? Because he was visibly angry in the TV show. I don't know if you guys
visibly angry after week 1. I mean, I don't think anything about his attitude's changed. He's just you've seen it through his career and you saw it in Fresno State. Like he's a local guy. He's not one to air his dirty laundry. So he's always been a class act. That's just how he is. And you can see the frustration on the sideline, but he would never say it out in public. And he's like, no, these guys are full of shit. This guy's lying. I never said that. And it probably started to wear on him. I think he's been upset for the past year because he's like, okay, I got to go from Jimmy Garoppolo to Gardner Minshew. My number is going to drop. I want to be in the Hall of Fame. I want a ring, and he's not going to get that.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Because I think, I think he likes AP, and I think he believes in AP, and I think he wants it to work. But I think when AP got the job, they were like, "Yeah, we're going to get you a quarterback." And then the draft came, and all that, and then they're like, "Oh, we got Gardner Minshew," and then he's probably like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "We're going to run this back," and he goes, "Okay, I'm with you, AP." But then, as the time was going, like I put a post up that. It's hard for him to buy in. Why would he buy into this when you're not even there? AP wanted everybody out there at preseason, right? Who was the one guy who didn't participate? The one guy who didn't go out there for preseason?
Adams.
Right?
It's Adams. Yeah.
And it was Davante Adams. And then it goes into the regular season. You saw him throwing his tantrum when shit didn't go right. But I respect Davante, like you said. he won't come out and throw the dirty laundry out there, but there will be a 30 for 30, years from now when Davante Adams breaks down his time here, and going against Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Definitely. I mean, the real question is he going to the Hall of Fame as a Raider now? That's what I want to know.
Not at all. He might even go in as a Jet at this point.
The Jets are 2-2, and the Jets are 2-2, man. They're not doing much better.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I keep saying. Like, people are like, he wants to go to a great franchise. Mm-hmm. The Jets have the longest playoff drought in the NFL right now. 8 years without going to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And their offense hasn't been as good as just like ours.
Yeah, definitely hard to disagree with that. Touching back on the Davante subject, I think they had promised him. I mean, I think they promised him Jaden Daniels. We had Cliff Kingsbury at one point for a couple hours, if that. And then we settled for Luke Getsy, and that was just the downfall of all of this, I believe. I think he was excited to, get possibly that franchise quarterback, offensive coordinator, and he got stuck with Luke Getsy.
Yeah, it was a bad hire. The only thing I said is like, hey, maybe our run game will do good because that's what he's known for, and our run game shit. So the only thing he's good at, he's not doing. It's just
I think everybody's with you on that one, Josh. Everybody thought, oh, we're gonna have a good run game, and then
and look at it. It's just like Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
Our offense, for some reason, our offense feels worse this year than it did last year. Like, to me, it feels worse.
100%. 100%.
And do you guys think it's gonna get worse? Do you think it improves? I mean, it's a question. I mean, Trey Tucker look good. They're gonna run a lot more end arounds. They're gonna run more sweeps. They're gonna open up the playbook a little bit more without Adams. I mean, how many times did Minshew possibly get sacked looking for Adams, staring him down? Maybe it opens up,
Yeah, but I want to go through. I haven't done it yet, and ever since Sunday, I was thinking about going through the all 22 tape and just looking at how many times the Raiders and Gardner Minshew avoided throwing to the middle of the field. He threw the ball 24 times, and I want to say only 2 or 3 of those, off the top of my head, if I can remember, going to the middle of the field. Everything else was to the sidelines. I don't know if you guys noticed that on Sunday.
Yeah, we break down. Josh has PFF, and we had breaking down over the course of the few weeks or whatever, and he throws behind the line of scrimmage into the sidelines. Over the middle, he was like 3 for 3, 50-something yards. And
they'll take a couple shots deep, but they don't throw over the middle.
And that's what I don't understand. You got Brock Bowers, right? And you have Michael Mayer, 2 of the best tight ends in college football over the past couple of years. And where do you think they would eat at? In the middle of the field.
Yeah, but Gardner doesn't have the arm strength for that. That's the difference.
Yeah,
and he's jumping over his lineman like
he's listed at 6'1", and I stood next to him, and I'm taller than him, and I'm barely over 6 foot. So a full A 6'1". They are full of shit.
Let's look at some positives. Offensive line looked a lot better this week.
Powers,
Powers. Jackson Powers Johnson, man, he has made a huge difference in his 1 week playing. Did he allow pressure? I don't believe so.
No,
right?
No pressures, no sacks.
Yeah, that's good.
He
man.
And the thing is that you heard afterwards, the refs admitted it and announced it, like, "Hey, you need to chill out a little bit," because he was just running around looking for people to hit. Like, he was really looking for people to hit, and as the play was going dead, he would see somebody just fucking crack him for no reason, like off the play. That's one of the reports that came out. The ref said, "Hey, you need to take down the intensity. You're hitting people too much," because he would hit somebody, run away, then hit somebody else like 7 yards off the ball for just no apparent reason besides like, I want to hit you. So he's going to be good. He's healthy now. You see that. Like, he was banged up for a while. So he's going to get some reps. He's going to get better. He's the best center in college. The reason he didn't get drafted top overall because he's not a tackle.
Yeah.
So he's first-round talent. I said that the minute we drafted him, first-round talent, playing a shitty position, and we moved him to guard where we need him and where it's more valuable for him to play. But on top of that, he was banged up in college, and he was banged up coming in. That's why his draft stock. I mean, he's a top 10, top 15 talent when it comes to blocking.
Yeah, I would have been 100% okay with the Raiders taking him at number 13 overall. Like, that's how much I liked him coming out of college. Like, I was like, and then when he fell all the way to the second round, I was like, we just got another extra first round pick right there. Like, that was a great pickup for us. But yeah, I would have
look good.
Now, if we would have took an offensive tackle in the first round along with him in the second round, maybe we're talking a different story right now.
Hey, I got some shit for that. I said I wanted Fuaga because how good he's doing. He's blocking Derek Carr. I want to say I think this is the first week he allowed a pressure or sack. Like he's fucking killing it. Like, and I was like, this guy's gonna be a best tackle in the league. And I got some shit for that. Like, we wouldn't have won games without Bowers. I'm like, we would have won games with better tackles than what we have. So,
so to touch on some draft, do you think Tom Telesco does his? I mean, it's very well known. He just takes the best player available. He's kind of like on auto draft.
yeah.
Are we doing that again this year? I mean, given we have a top,
We're getting a
10
quarterback. No, we're getting a quarterback. I don't think
obviously that's what we need, but he is very well known for going BPA.
I get tired of fucking people saying get Sanders. Like, I'm tired of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think his game translates in NFL. He's fucking drama. Tom Brady's already talked shit to him on live on Dion's fucking podcast or whatever it was, saying you need to stop driving around in your fucking Bentley and watch film. And Deion Sanders laughed because it's Tom Brady. You can't say anything back to Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's arrogant. He's cocky. He talks shit. And on what? A 500 team? Good for him. I mean, it's great. You know, it's at the end of the day. And then on top of that, do you really want to deal with the bullshit of Sanders criticizing whatever plays we're calling? I don't. It's more drama, more bullshit. And the thing is, if Sanders ever gets really good at college football, then there's going to be that shadow over whatever coach we have. And then whatever people are, they're going to hone on to what Sanders says versus our coach. I don't want any part of that because I don't think Sanders is going to be that elite level Hall of Fame player. If it were me, Becker Ward, that's who I would take. Those are the quarterbacks that are probably going to translate well in the NFL.
Yeah, but we got to not win as many games, and I'm not a big tank for a quarterback kind of guy. I want to win as many games as we can, but I mean, I don't think the draft is going to go like we saw last year. Like, that was unbelievable to see 6 quarterbacks go in 12 picks.
And
but I think there's some good guys out. I think there's some really good guys out there, and one guy who's very accurate, and he's a short, and you know, people might not like him because he's a little shorter, but he's very accurate. He wins games. He has heart, and that's Dylan Gabriel. He's a little older, but I like him out of Oregon as well. We just need some change. But is it going to change? Is Luke Getsy going to change if we get that guy bring in another quarterback? Is he going to make him try to fit his offense? Good coordinators plan around the players they got and build around the players they got, and what works for their strength. Bad coordinators just plug you in there and go, "This is my offense, run it."
Yep, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Do you think Luke Getsy even gets that far?
No, he's gone after this year.
Okay, so that's what somebody goes. Well, we got to change our whole offense if we fire Luke Getsy. No, you don't.
No,
you don't. You just have to find somebody that calls the right plays and gets it going. And that I think we have a guy in the building that would be perfect for it, and his name is Joe Philbin, and I really like him. I think he got a bad rap because of the time he spent in Miami, but he had some off-field issues that were affecting him when he was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. But you run the same offense. You just bring somebody in that knows how to call the plays and get the consistency going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Joe.
We're not a zone running team. Like, I hate the zone. To me, we're a power eye, stretch, toss team, not a zone team. We have speed. Speed. And Jacoby Myers, Tucker, Turner, they're not elite run blockers. So you try to get the players to the outside and you try to get that one-on-one with a linebacker or a safety, and you let those running backs either run them over or try to beat them. And we're not doing it. And yesterday or Sunday was the first game where we actually pushed the outside run. We didn't do that. We never have. It was off the tackle guard, off the guard, center guard, every time. Like, remember when we ran, it was what was it, against the Panthers? It was a 4th and 2, and we ran a draw play.
Yeah.
A fucking draw. A draw. Who runs a draw on 4th and 2?
Trying to catch him off guard. Come on.
Yeah, it's like fucking Madden. Like, you don't run a draw on 4th and 2.
I think one of the main issues with this offense is there's no identity. I mean, what are we really trying to do? If there is an identity, what are we, screens? I mean, there's not a true identity with this offense, and I think that's where Luke Getsy's failing right now.
I did like that they finally used McAllister last week, but
I do.
Damn, he took some hits. He got knocked around last week.
He did. I do like that we incorporated him as well. But yeah, I think that's the main issue right now with our offense is the identity. Defense obviously has an identity. It's gonna go punch you in the mouth. It's gonna, they're gonna make those tackles. But the offense, man, it's rough.
Well,
it's very rough.
Yeah. And our defense is good, and they need to improve just a little bit better. But the injuries have more hit our defense than anything.
Yeah, defense has not allowed a point in 3 quarters. So, given Deshaun Watson, I mean, he was probably out late last night with the massage parlors out in Vegas.
I'm a little upset. Why is 408 Jesse calling me? I'm on a fucking podcast. What are you doing? My phone's over here ringing.
You answer it. Be like, what's up?
What's up, bro? So, if you guys don't know, it's season over next drink. I just took 2 shots and a pina colada. So there you go.
Josh is in off-season mode. Week 5.
I'm in fucking off-season mode right now.
Man, let's see how the rest of the weeks go. Josh is already here.
I had fun this weekend. I got to hang out with Josh and see him, more than just the Raider game. So it was cool.
That's awesome. That's cool. Josh,
we got to be immature at the Crab Fest and.
Go ahead. You know what? I would love
we
to
can't
hear
tell that story because it'll get back to that person. But that was the funniest fucking thing. I'm like, we're all sitting there cracking jokes at the wrong fucking time. And yeah, we made a couple people angry, and it was pretty funny. We're just like laughing. And we're like, all right, we fucked up, but whatever, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, we had fun. It was a great time, and it was my first time ever meeting Jim Plunkett, and I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was funny. I thought he was everything I expected from like a former player, to be warming to the fans and talk to the fans and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I thought he was really cool.
At charity events like that, they are very nice, very humble, and very accommodating. I've interviewed and talked to multiple people there, players, coaches, ex-players, all super nice. And some of them, the thing is, I always tell people, don't get that like, oh, gotcha moment. Say, hey, can I ask you a question about X, Y, and Z? And a lot of times I'll ask people about like their draft or like how it was in the combine. And sometimes I put down the camera and I've gotten funny stories.
Mm-hmm.
I got invited to places where I shouldn't have been invited to. Not like bad places, but like, players' houses and stuff, or like holidays and crap, because you just sit there and talk to them, and it's really cool and it's a lot of fun. So, and it goes to a good cause. So, this year Blitnikoff had surgery, so it wasn't there. When Fred's there, there's a lot more people there because all of his buddies show up. But there's a lot of ex-players, depending on the day. Generally, the coach and the GM show up, but I know we were having some issues, so I really didn't expect AP to be there. He was there last year. So that was the only disappointment for me. I was like, I wanted to see AP. I was sad.
Yeah, I think we were all upset that AP wasn't there, but we kind of like figured like you just coming off a bad loss to the Panthers. You got a lot that you're going through. So that was the one. But I mean, I don't think anybody that was there would have gave AP a hard time on that because we were all upset, but it was already Friday by the time we were done with it. And I mean, I think he dealt with that loss from the Panthers pretty damn good. And that's another thing I forgot to bring up to you guys about this Davante Adams thing is this is showing that AP doesn't show favoritism.
Yeah.
He benched Jack Jones, and none of them are talking about it, but Jack Jones is like, yo, you got to talk to AP. AP's like, that's between me and Jack Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Now he went after Davante Adams. These are 2 high-profile players on the Raiders that he basically called out, said, hey, you're not bigger than the team, and I'll do whatever I need to do to the best player or to any player on this team to make this team better and keep it rolling. And I think it shows a lot from AP just in the last 2 weeks.
I do love that stance as well, personally as a fan, but as a player, there has been a lot of speculation on Twitter. I mean, do you think he's losing the locker room? Because there's a lot of speculation on Twitter, him going after, like you said, Adams, Jack, and so on.
As long
you
as
got to win. You got to win. You got to win to be able to go after players. So you think of somebody, the main person you think of is Belichick. Belichick can say, he can go up to your star player and, hey, fuck you. And there's nothing they can do about it. Let's be realistic. I remember a guy, specifically, I don't remember the player, scored 4 touchdowns in a game, a running back, and then showed up late, like 5 minutes late to a meeting. Belichick benched him. Just said, you're not playing next week. And he's like, wait, I just scored 4 touchdowns and had like the best game. He's like, I don't care. You're benched. Tough. And the guy didn't play. And they're like, Belichick benched him because he was late. He broke protocol. You got to win to do things like that. If you're a 500 coach and doing that shit, I'll give an example. Mike Singletary was the exact same way. That's who AP reminded me of for the Niners. You remember who that is? Remember that guy?
Definitely.
He bids Vernon Davis. He's like, I don't want him. Can't play with him. Can't win with him. And then he was fired next year.
Didn't he pull his pants down in the locker room too and like show his ass and all that stuff?
Yeah, show his dick or ass to somebody or something like that, being a goofball. But the thing, that's who AP reminds me of, that old hard school, linebacker. Is like, hey, fuck you. Like, I was a linebacker in the NFL. Like, I'm tough. Like, you can't question my toughness. But you got to back that up with wins too. When you back it up with wins and the toughness, then you got somebody like Belichick. You got somebody like Dan Campbell. Something like that. He has to win to back up the mentality. That's all I'm really saying. If we become a playoff team, he can say whatever the hell he wants because the players will love him.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Yeah, you got to win. You can't. That Panther game was. It took a lot out of people, and you saw it on Sunday at the stadium with a lot of the fans there, or a lack of fans there that weren't even at the stadium before the game. It was like tailgate. We were all looking at each other like, "Where's everybody at?" The tailgate is bad. Then you get into the stadium and it's nothing but Browns fans. But as the game went on and the Raiders started taking the lead, you started hearing the Raider fans take over again, and the passion of the Raider Nation started coming back out again. And that's you just got to keep that momentum going. You got to keep that momentum.
Definitely. There was a tweet the other day that said, if you told me we're going to lose to the Chargers and the Panthers and beat the Ravens and the Browns, I would have believed you because we're Raiders.
That was from Joe's favorite. That's from the graphic god.
That was a good one.
That's Joe's favorite.
That was a good one. I mean, you got to give props on that one. That was funny. So,
hey, Joe, did he delete our tweets or no?
No. Look, my one thing is like, if you know me and you follow who I am, I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm going to stick with my opinion, even if it's 100% wrong and you prove me wrong. I'm going to give you a hard time. Like, I'm going to be like, yeah, I know you got me, but I'm going to stick with my opinion because that's the way I am. So if I tell you the Raiders are going to go 10-6 this year and Davante Adams gets traded, guess what? I'm saying the Raiders are going 10-6 this year no matter what. I'm thinking because that's just the way I am.
Uh-huh.
I just get when I see people change their opinion and flip-flopping back and forth, that's where it gets me. That's what I don't like.
I think a lot of us don't like that.
My thing is, why do you always have to be right? Why do you feel that in history you have to be right? We're human. We're only fans, right? We're all fans here.
Yep.
When we talk about the Raiders, we don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're just out here giving our opinion. And hey, even when you watch TV, they're almost wrong all the time too. But it's just you're just giving your opinion. Nobody's in the building, so just stick with your opinion. That's all. I've ever since day one. If you know me, that's the one thing I don't like is people that flip flop. Josh knows what I'm talking about.
We had this discussion today. I'm the same way. Like, don't flip flop. I support players. I'm like, go out and support the guy. I'm like, I'll give somebody a year or two. I'm like, hey, we're gonna give this guy a couple years. Like with McDaniels, I'm like, let him do his thing. Let me see what he can do. Maybe he'll learn something the first time. And after the first year, I'm like, man, fuck this guy. I was like, I'm done. And it comes to a point in time where it's like, okay, you can be supportive. Like, let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can work things out. Hey, they were good with X, Y, and Z. So let's see if they can continue that and grow other parts of their game or coaching, whatever the case may be. You can be optimistic, but there comes a point in time where you just have to be like, all right, we're done. Yeah. But the thing is, you don't have to change your opinions. You don't have to delete messages, tweets, posts, and shit like that. And we see people do that all the time. I'm like, what was I wrong about? I don't know. I'm never wrong. But like Derek Carr, I stand on that shit all the time. I'm like, fuck that guy. And I got so much fucking shit through 2 weeks. And guess what? Not getting it anymore. So
well, okay, so I told people last year, like, hey, Raiders aren't firing McDaniels. They're gonna stick with them. And I had inside information that it was 100% true. If McDaniels didn't have that meeting, he probably would still be our head coach right now. Just that's how much Mark Davis wanted to stick with him.
Wow.
Basically, McDaniel screwed himself with that meeting. And then when the draft came on and the Raiders took Brock Bowers, you guys probably saw my live reaction. I was like, what are they doing? What are we doing here? Like, there's offensive linemen, every defensive position that we could have took right now. Imagine having like a good cornerback and Ja'Cory and Bennett out there right now. Like, we would have shut down corners. It was just like I didn't understand why we're taking Brock Bowers at the time. And so And do I go and take that video down? Like, I still get people commenting on the video of Brock Bowers, my reaction to Brock Bowers, and they're like, "You should take this down, bro." And I'm like, "No," because that is my initial reaction. That I don't care if Brock Bowers goes on and be a Hall of Famer. Cool. That was my initial reaction right there. Like I said, we're fans. Like this is what I want. People that get mad, like they say, "Oh, you're gonna jinx us." Like when you celebrate a touchdown in the first quarter, the Raiders go up 7-0. Are you excited? You're jumping up and down, right? And they go up 10-0. You're excited again. But then at halftime they get blown out and they lose 30-10. But you made a video or a reaction that you were like, yeah, people were like, that didn't age well. Well, yeah, because I live in the moment of being a fan. I want to be a fan.
Yeah. I think that goes for all of us.
I talk shit. Quarter 1 to quarter 4. Talk shit all the time.
Yeah.
That's what being a fan is. That's what football season is. It is talking shit. It's talking shit all day.
No, and I'm on the same page with you, Brock Bowers. I said he's not going to help us win now. He's not. Maybe a few years down the road when we have a team around him, but right now, yeah. Hey, what do you build your team around? An elite tight end? No. Are you fucking retarded? Like, no, that's not a thing. You know, like, so it's like, yeah, so my reaction was on like stream live on the Raiders site and on news. I'm screaming because I'm wearing the fucking Gardner Minshew outfit. I'm screaming, doing what the fuck, you know, like everybody knows. And I was like, no, I wanted Fuaga, I wanted this guy, I wanted that guy. And I still get the same thing. I still get heat for it. And I tell people, I'm like, listen, what we needed versus what we have are two completely different things. I'm like, Brock Bowers is going to be an all-pro tight end. He's fucking elite. Like he has the potential to be Travis Kelce, Gronk, all those types of players.
Yeah.
But is he going to help us win now? And I was like, no. That's why I didn't want him. And at the end of the day, you don't delete that shit. You know, you stick with it. And I said it last week. I'm like, I'd rather have Fuaga. Still to this day, I'm like, I wanted that tackle. We're rolling out that fucking bum Mumford who can't block shit. And I was like, we could have Fuaga there. We can have Fuaga. And somebody's like, who the fuck's Fuaga? I'm like, Carr's tackle. You notice how good Carr's doing, not getting sacked? It's because of fucking Fuaga. And you know,
Carr's not going down in the pocket like this right now because he has a good offensive line.
Yeah. He does.
But he did just throw a pick six. So
he did throw a pick six.
Yeah, lost the game. He lost to so this year he's gonna lose his division to Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins. So can people shut the fuck up that he's the best quarterback we ever had already?
And Andy
Stabler was better. As they fucking disrespect the Stabler.
Hey, but stats wise, come on, you know these faceless profiles. Stats wise, come on, Derek Carr is the best all time, right?
So I'm gonna tell you something. You know who one of the best top 10 passers is, and you will not guess this because he's a fucking garbage quarterback. He's like number 7 all time.
For the Raiders or all time?
No, all time.
It is man, does he do like NFL Network now?
Never won shit.
It's not
Wasn't good.
It's not Terry Bradshaw.
No, Matty Ice.
Oh. He went to the Super Bowl.
I tried to guess. I tried.
Yeah, Matty Ice is a top 10 passer all time in the NFL. You think he's a top 10 quarterback? Fuck no.
So my one of my co-hosts, he sent me a text message earlier, and somebody was asking Raheem Morris, the coach of the Atlanta Falcons, about stats. And it's funny because you were talking about stats.
Mm-hmm.
And Raheem Morris told him stats are for losers when they were talking about Kyle Pitts today. So there you go.
There it is. There's the answer that we're looking for. But I mean, I get that all the time. We shouldn't have let go of Carr. I posted something about little clickbait, I guess. You know, Crabtree had a lot more moments than Adams did, unfortunately. And that wasn't towards any hate. You know, we failed Adams as an organization. But a lot of people were like, oh, he had Carr, stats this, stats that. So
if you want to piss off Raider Nation or get a conversation going, just bring up Derek Carr. You can post a picture of Derek Carr because you have half the people that still hate him and half the people that love him. Yeah. And then the half that love him hated him when he was playing, and these guys loved him. Like, my thing was, he gave us 9 years. We did it. We moved on. I didn't like how the Raiders treated him at the end of the year, at the end of the 2 games. Mm-hmm. But after that, why are we living in the past? Like, if it was up to some of these Raider fans, we would bring back Gruden, we would bring back Derek Carr, we'll bring back Khalil Mack, and we'll just go back and Hunter Renfrow.
And then we'd win 6 games. That's what would happen if we brought those 3 guys back.
It's like, I don't understand why we live in the past. Like, just we're done with Derek Carr. Like, he's not coming back. Move forward. Like, Always look forward. Like
until Derek Carr retires, we're not going to heal as an organization. That's
Never.
the moment he left. I was like, until if he's still playing, whatever quarterback we have, it's going to go against Derek Carr. Whatever team we have is going to be compared to Derek Carr's team. That's just how it is. So we need him to retire. So he needs to like step on Legos.
Yeah. You know, he did give us a great 9 years. He gave us a lot of hope.
yes.
Fucking great 9 years. He gave us fucking a year and a half that was good.
Oh,
fucking 9 years. He gave us 8 years of suffering.
He gave us a good.
He didn't have a defense. All right, he didn't have a defense.
Yeah, come on.
He didn't have a defense. He didn't have an arm. He didn't have a heart. He fucking broke his leg. What else? He fractured his spine.
Hey, you know what's funny? Every excuse that Charger fans are using right now for Justin Herbert, we use for Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what would have made him a winning quarterback? He should have prayed more. That's what he should have.
Not gonna touch on that subject.
God damn.
Yeah, damn.
Hey, all I gotta say is like if you compare Tim Tebow to Derek Carr, Jesus loved Tim Tebow more because he has a playoff win. I don't know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That pina colada is getting to Josh early.
I'm out of alcohol.
He's out of alcohol. All right, let's move into the next topic, man. What are we getting for Adams? What do you guys think? Or do you want me to lead off? I can lead off.
I know. I already. Me and Joe already had this discussion, so you can lead off.
Well, I'll lead off. Yeah. So I mean, I do think eventually he does get traded to either the Jets, Commanders, wild card team, maybe the Niners. I know they just signed Ayuk, but you never know. Contract for contract type deal. Do you get Garrett Wilson? I would love Garrett Wilson if they can make that happen, even if it's with the 5th, 6th round pick, make it happen. I do think Garrett Wilson will be good with the fresh start. Commanders, you're probably looking for, 2nd round, but that's gonna be a late 2nd round. What do you guys think?
See, team wise, I mean, you're always gonna throw the Jets out there, but I think there's 2 teams that could come out of nowhere. One could be the Detroit Lions, right? To throw them on the other side of St. Brown.
Yeah.
If they really want to make that push, what the Detroit Lions have suffered for years. They finally got better last year. Why not go for it this year? Because basically Devontae's not owed any money after this year. His contract, but nothing guaranteed. So they can cut him and do whatever they want. And the Lions have the salary cap to do it. I know Cowboy fans are praying that somehow Jerry Jones goes all in and brings him down there. But I don't know, but I think Josh and I are around the same, that the Raiders are going to probably get a 2nd, 3rd round pick and maybe something else with it. But I don't think like all this unrealistic things that Raiders are going to get 2 1st round picks for it. Like
very unrealistic. Very unrealistic. And he is not going to the fucking Chiefs.
No.
He's 100% not going to the fucking.
So I'm cool with one of the dudes he's like a hardcore Chiefs fan. He's on social media and shit. Me and him always talk back and forth.
Lance?
He's actually really nice. What?
Lance?
No.
His name's Lance?
No. Fat fuck. You're gonna see a video of me and fucking KC. You're gonna see Lance get the shit beat out of him, some guy wearing a Kermit costume, and just know it was me. I'm debating if I'm gonna wear the Kermit costume to KC or not. I've decided.
I think you have to. Didn't I had heard someone in Atlanta had wore one, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm gonna be with KC fans, so I don't know. Anyways,
Who cares?
Adams. If we don't get a good player, 2nd round, I'm saying late 2nd. If we get a player, a day 2 pick, depends on the type of player. If it's somebody like Wilson, I am 1,000%. You got a top 15, 25 under receiver. Again, my favorite would be the Commanders. I think they really want to link somebody up with Jaden Daniels, which they can make a push. But at the same time, it's like you're going to sell your soul for 2 good years. I don't think so. So to me, Jets was probably the top one just because of the kind of aura. Yeah, or the Bills. The Bills was the other one I thought of because they lost Diggs. They need a top wide receiver, something to help out Josh Allen, and they can really make a push. So with the Bills, it would be probably a late 2nd round, maybe like a 4th or a 5th.
Yeah. If Tom Telesco can somehow pull off Garrett Wilson, that would be unbelievable.
None of us would be unhappy with that. You're trading.
I don't see it happening. I don't see why the Jets would be dumb enough to do that. But Garrett Wilson would be unbelievable.
So for me, I thought they would trade Lazard. That's who I thought the Jets would trade because he's lesser than, even though he's buddies with Aaron Rodgers.
He's way too much of a buddy with Aaron Rodgers. They're like best friends.
Yeah, he's
Lazard got more yards than Garrett Wilson right now.
Yeah, he's lesser than Garrett Wilson, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers makes him. If he came to the Raiders, he would suck ass. He's not that good.
Yeah, I agree.
I heard the Raiders and the Jets had a potential deal already in place, but it kept back. They kept backing out because the Raiders were trying to make the Jets take our offensive coordinator, and they were trying to make us take Nathaniel Hackett. And we're like, no, we don't want that damn shit. Like they're like, hey, we just switch offensive coordinators. Like,
I have a trade proposal. We send Getsy and Adams to Chicago.
No matter what.
Yeah, for like a bag of popcorn. Like done deal.
Oh, you can have Devontae for free if you take Getsy. Is that what
we can trade Getsy and Devontae for a fucking deep dish pizza. Done. Straight to fucking Chicago.
I will take one.
Hey, you're speaking my language, Josh. Let's go.
I would take one. So Adams has a no trade clause, though, right?
He can decline it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard. I think we always hear contracts. We don't know everything. Only Devontae, his agent, and the ownership does. But I've heard he can veto. I don't know if it's true. That's why I never said anything about it.
Yeah. Big Fern, Hassan Reddick, and a second for Adams would be ideal, but that's probably not going to happen due to Adams' age and contract.
Okay. Do you know what Stephon Diggs got traded for? Do you guys remember?
I believe he got traded for a third rounder. Third and something?
Yeah. Let me pull up just to make sure.
Third and a fifth? Something like that?
He got traded for shit.
There was a breakdown somewhere. I think it was like a third and something. He did a similar thing. He pushed his way out of Buffalo.
Which I don't understand because he had a good quarterback.
No, I like Reddick, but I also don't want to pay another defensive end. That's just me. Like, we're already paying Max. I would love to have somebody on the opposite side of him, but if one of these other guys.
Oh, sorry. 2025 second round pick. And the Texans got a 2024 sixth and a fifth. It's a meh trade.
Yeah, meh. Yeah, it is. But if we can get something similar, I mean, do you go for it?
And I'm just gonna put this out there for all the Raider fans that have been in my comments. Davante Adams not washed up. I'm sorry to say that.
He's not.
He's good. He's gonna be good. He just needs a good quarterback. Like,
yeah, he will be good for the next 2 years at an unbelievably high level with a good quarterback. Possibly a fall off in the third year when he hits, 35, but he's going to be good for at least 3 years.
That's what I love about Raider Nation, though. Like, we will be quick to lift your ass up and praise you for everything, but the moment you turn your back on us, fuck you. Like, we're done with you. Like, get the hell out.
Besides,
no, open attitude,
there's two people we never hated. There's two. There's only two: Hunter Renfrow and Derek Carr. It's just I don't fucking understand it. Like. There's so many people that get good praise, or we all hate Cooper, but we love Mac. We're like, oh, it wasn't Mac's fault. We love Mac. Poor Mac. Oh, he went to Chicago. But and then Cooper, like, fuck him. He has bricks for hands, dropping shit. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And he's been so quiet too. I mean, did he ever bash us? I don't think he did.
No, he just wanted to leave. Quiet. Like he's just like, I want out.
Yeah, he was so quiet about it. I mean, I understand the Josh Jacobs thing. He started going at fans, stuff like that. But
yeah. I mean, Josh Jacobs brought it on himself. Josh Jacobs disrespected the Raider Nation. So
yeah, a lot of Raider fans were like, "Dude, have a great time in Green Bay. Sucks that you have to go there because it's Green Bay." But but then he started attacking fans, and that's
it's cold there. But it is full of white bitches, so I'm sure he loves that because he.
Right, man, 9 kids. Right?
How do you keep warm in Green Bay?
Yeah,
Josh, he's gonna find out up there more of his kids.
Yeah.
He had to chase that money though. He had child support, man.
Yeah. You shouldn't have signed a glorified 1-year deal then.
I know that's a crazy part.
So is Adams like is he just going to be a healthy scratch? I'm assuming for this week because there's no way he's playing.
Well, they probably will say Moen had tweeted out that it will linger, the hamstring.
I'm gonna call Adams over under 0 yards.
Hey, so now that I think about it, the hamstring is what he used in the preseason, right?
Yeah. He what he did is he strained it running out of Vegas too fast. That's all that happened. He was getting the fuck out of town. He was running for his keys to leave town, and he tripped and fell. So
yeah, now it's not his. Whenever he goes, I saw I don't know, was it you that posted it? I saw like Davante Adams when he gets to the new team, and it's Willy Wonka walking out of his factory, and he does like that flip, and he's good to go.
Dude, he is okay. I'm just gonna say it. He's so full of shit. He's not hurt. Let's be honest. He's not hurt.
No, he's not.
No, fuck no. There's not.
And that's okay. That's okay because they want him to be healthy to trade him. We did the same thing with Carr. We were like, okay, we want to trade him. Carr's like, nah, I'm just gonna leave. Mm-hmm. So we benched him. He was a healthy scratch the last 2 games.
Yeah,
Monte's not hurt.
Yeah, I agree. I think. I mean, this is what I think personally. I think it was a business decision made with Adams not blocking, stuff like that, stopping the route running, and I think AP probably gave him the same suspension that he gave Jack Jones, and Adams said, "Fuck off, I'll just leave." That's my opinion on it.
That's our new saying of the year. Was this a business decision?
Yeah, I mean, no, that's my opinion on it. I'm gonna hold true to it. I think he made a business.
You need a shirt like that, business decision shirt, like.
But what would I put on it? Would I put like Jack Jones on the bench or like Davante?
Hey, don't you already have him?
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, that's done. I'm calling my t-shirt guy tomorrow. Fucking A.
Oh man.
Oh, that's going online.
If you guys see a fight in the corner end zone, it's Josh and Jack Jones.
Oh, beat his ass. Fucking 170 pounds.
If you guys see a fight, it's 100% them.
I can hop over my seats.
Oh man.
Okay, but there was a difference. Like Aiden O'Connell, I think should be our starting quarterback. That's just me personally. But if you watch during the game and the celebrations, Aiden O'Connell at one point after a field goal was on there giving everybody high fives coming out the field. I was like, what the hell is he doing? He's not even playing. He had his helmet on the whole time on the sideline. I was watching Aiden O'Connell this whole game. Just seeing his reaction. Like that dude, there's a difference. There's guys like that are involving getting your teammates ready, and then there's other people that are just like, do what you guys got to do.
Yeah.
He is happy, but he's just lucky to be there, so he knows it too.
He has that badass mustache, though.
I mean, a man with a mustache can accomplish anything. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Besides winning for the Raiders, so.
So where do we go from here, guys? Do we tank this season, or do we blow it up and start over? I mean, that's the same thing, right?
He's not gonna let us lose. That's the thing. We thought that last year, like, oh, we're gonna be like 5. We're gonna have top 5 pick, and he fucked that up.
Are you only saying that because you got over 6.5 wins?
We need over 6.5 wins because I don't want to lose $2,000.
Josh
put a bet in on the Raiders over 6.5. Joe.
Need 7 wins.
Okay, you know how many times I heard that this weekend at Raider Stadium?
Oh yeah.
I don't care what the Raiders do, as long as they win 7 games. The team can suck, but as long as they win 7 games, I was looking at everybody like, "Are you serious?" They're like,
"Wait, win the 7 now." I've already accepted the fact I'm never going to see that money again. It's okay. Like, I would happily trade that $2,000 for a fucking quarterback to this point. Like, done.
Hey, I don't blame you.
That's my contribution to Raider Nation. Here, have my money. Go get a quarterback.
Josh's shirt next year. I paid $2,000 for this quarterback.
Hey, if we draft one, I will fucking say that as they come up to me so I can get their autograph.
Oh man, that's funny. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm very optimistic. We we have a game coming up against Denver this weekend. So what's your guys' prediction this weekend?
Hey, we're undefeated against the Las Vegas Raiders are undefeated against the Denver Broncos, right? 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna post my website real quick. Hold on. I made a website. I made a website for the Broncos.
I was gonna say,
right. Yeah, I forgot about you. You did that.
I forgot too because I did it like 3 weeks ago and I forgot about it. It's still works.
When Josh comes up with stuff, you get a little nervous, right?
Yeah. This Denver defense is actually pretty good.
It's solid, man. They're good up front. They got good corners. They replaced Justin Simmons very fast, and they do look really good.
At first, the first couple games, you were looking at Denver and you were like, "Oh, this is gonna be a pushover. We got this one." And now I'm looking at them like, "Damn!" But you know what? As much as shitty as the Browns are, the Browns have had a pretty good defense. So I think it showed that we can move around against a good defense. It just depends on which one of our defenses show up. Like Our defense has been good 1 week, bad, horrible against the Panthers. Which one is going to show up this week? Which one of our defense?
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. You got to come out with fire. The game is in Denver. Josh, you be there?
Oh yeah, I don't think Max Crosby plays this week though.
I don't think he plays this week either.
Here you go, everybody.
Oh man, I know we got I know we only have a few minutes left, but Max Crosby, how do you guys think he takes it now that Josh brought him up?
I think he's upset.
I think so too. Raiders are thin, but I do think he's gonna be, I think he is upset.
I am glad that the Raiders are letting Max Crosby sit because high ankle sprains are no joke. Like the more you get shot up in the NFL with those shots, and he goes out there and runs on that ankle, the more he could screw up the ankle even more. So I'm glad he's actually the Raiders are actually like, hey, take a break, man. Like sit down. You've done enough for this organization. But
I do like
the way that he's 100%. He just lost Josh Jacobs, one of his best friends, and now he's losing Davante Adams. There's no way that he's happy.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously he stayed home this past weekend. They said it was to nurse the ankle, but maybe there's something between those lines. I could believe that too. But with this team, you never know.
Yeah. Well, so I just posted the link. That is a active countdown of the last time that the Broncos beat us. So I can share that real quick. If I can remember how to share screen. Oh yeah,
1,038 days.
If you want to share it, go to present at the bottom. There you go. Look at them. There you
go. So
guys.
that website is a active counter. So send that to your Denver friend. I actually made that website.
What's going on?
That is an active website with an active link that shows the last time the Broncos beat us. So it's been 1,738 days. So what I did is I based it off of the game ending the last time they beat us.
God damn.
It's a long fucking time. Like it's just a long time.
That's a long time. Hopefully we can keep that streak going. I do think the Raiders pull one out their ass this weekend. I'm gonna say 16-10.
Whew.
Oops, I don't want that.
So you're hoping that Bo Nix doesn't get it going, right?
Correct. I think hopefully, I know Max Crosby will be out. Hopefully our corners can. Josh is having a mess over here.
Fuck Jogo.
I don't know.
You probably push one of the things at the bottom. You got to push the 3.
This is why I'm not in charge of shit, dude. I don't know where Joe went.
There you go.
Why am I big? I don't want to be big.
What are you? There you go.
What's wrong with being big?
Right?
I just sent that link to AP right now so he can show the team tomorrow and be like, look, guys.
We have
fuck this up.
Yeah, I do hope the defense does shut down Bo Nix. I think our corners, Bennett, Jack, I think they have been playing immensely better since the Panthers game, given that was only 2 weeks ago. Bo Nix does not look great to start the season anyway. As long as you can get some pressure up there, I think he could get it going. The Raiders defense.
AQ started the whole Twitter crash out. Yeah, he did. I was telling him that they used his tweet on Pat McAfee today.
Yeah, so if anyone watched the Pat McAfee show, they did use my tweet apparently. The whole Twitter crash out. Man, if someone from a small town in California has this much impact on a team, shit, come on.
Hey, dude, we're fucking up.
I was gonna talk shit.
Like, players don't like us anymore. Like,
I was gonna talk shit about the initial report because first it was like SI said this right before you found that Antonio Pierce liked that post because SI had just got busted like 2 days ago for having AI writers for them, right? So they're for fake writers that were just writing. I was gonna be like, oh, this is one of the SI fake writers, but nah, it turned out to be 100%. But it's crazy that our coach is out there like just liking Instagram posts. Right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, AP, like one of mine, damn it.
Yeah.
No, he liked one of ours. 2 weeks ago
with the golf cart. Yep, he did like ours.
We put an AP flag and we were driving around and drinking and driving, and we couldn't see shit. We're like, we can't see fucking shit with his flag up because it was like right here.
Golf cart. It was on a golf cart, just to let everyone know. We weren't drinking and driving, like Josh said.
The only thing we hit was a goose. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if I have this much influence on the team, come on, man. This has been brewing since last year. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
who stays longer than players though? Like players can come, they'll get mad at us, they'll get mad at you, but at the end of the day, who's going to be there a year from now, 3 years from now,
correct,
right?
correct.
And they're not
Fans are
going
gonna
to.
be
The
there.
players will have no idea who I am. There's like, that's the weird guy that gets autographs. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Hey.
Yeah. Well, they know who you are. I mean, let's be real.
Oh, they know who Josh is. Yeah.
Yeah, they know. They know who Josh is.
That's not my fault. God damn it.
I could probably get away. I look
Your
like
name was in the New York Post, dude. Like that's how they know who you are.
yeah. I could probably get away. I look like every Mexican at the Raider game. So I mean, I could probably get away with it for a little longer.
Yeah, I have a very distinguished look. I need to shave my fucking mustache off, and then they wouldn't be able to tell it's me.
Oh man, well,
I pulled it up. Over under is what, 1.5 for the Broncos. They're -1.5. Over under is 36.
Very low.
Hey, so 36 was the over under of the last game.
It was
against the Browns, and we saw the referees help us out a little bit right there, keep it right there. But I think 36 is great. That's crazy. Like, don't you always have to take the over if it's 36?
That's so low. But the thing is, the Broncos suck. Bo Nix is fucking ass.
I agree. We will see what happens. What's your prediction, Joe? Give us a score prediction here.
Somebody told me that I always pick the Raiders to win, and I was like, yeah, I do, because that's what I do. I'm a Raider fan. I think I'll be right with you. I want to give us 20 points, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go 17-10.
There you go. You know, I picked the Raiders to lose once this year on the podcast, and it was against the Ravens. Only time I picked the Raiders to lose this year, and we won. Maybe I should change my pick. Josh, go ahead. What's your prediction?
Ooh-wee. I'm going to go 2014 Raiders because I don't want to change my website.
There you go. Well, you have it in. It does cut us off on Instagram Live at 1 hour. We appreciate you having on, Joe. If you guys do not follow Joe, Joe, you want to, tell them your socials? I believe it's the Joe Morley _.
Yeah, the Joe Morley, Morley. On every platform. If you guys want to check me out, I like to piss people off. So if you don't be so sensitive. You're gonna follow me because that's all I ask. I already had one Raider fan because I made a joke today, and he was like, "You're not a true Raider fan. I'm unfollowing." And I go, "All right, peace out, dude. I had 0 followers, so it's all good."
So Joe does post almost every day on Instagram. He is at the Joe Morley _. Go check out his content if you guys haven't already. He's also on Twitter. I've seen he's been a little more active on Twitter lately.
Yeah, I don't know how to do Twitter, but I'll try.
Bro, I just
didn't either. Now he loves it.
No. Twitter is no like Twitter has no rules, and I'm learning that. I don't get in trouble for anything on Twitter. It's great.
Yeah,
like I can say anything. It's completely unhinged.
Yeah.
So
your Germany post about the Falcons was kind of interesting today.
It reminded me of Hitler. Like that's all. I'm like, that's very Hitler-esque. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
And then I get Josh. Hey, can you repost that? Like, I don't know.
I didn't say repost the Hitler shit. I said repost my other stuff. I'm trying to monetize my ex.
I'm just giving you a hard
time. All right, I went from 0 interaction to 2 million in a fucking month, not knowing what I'm doing on Twitter. Okay, I have no fucking clue how Twitter works.
Twitter's fun, man. The news moves really fast. I mean, it's very fast paced.
Yeah,
and that's why I like Twitter because you can get everything that you need like
ASAP.
Especially if you're playing fantasy football, it's quick on there.
Yeah, and it's funny because a little frog will break the freaking Davante Adams news. You're like, oh, this frog's wrong, and sure enough, he's spot on.
A little frog.
That's how it goes on Twitter. All the meme accounts like, oh, Davante got traded for a second rounder in this, and they're like, fuck off, he's a frog, and sure enough, so I told you guys.
And it's really Davante's burner account.
Yeah. That's the thing with Twitter too. I wonder how many players have burners.
They have to. All of them do. Like,
Kevin Durant got caught a few times. I mean, they have to have burners.
I remember we've talked about this. Like before we end it, players follow us. They're people. They look at your shit.
Yeah.
So if you're ever posting stuff, and you're big,
Mm-hmm.
they know what you said.
100%.
And I know that from personal fucking experience of people, players walking up to me and saying shit to me. So
Yeah,
they
100%.
watch your shit.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah. So if you ever want to piss off a cornerback, just put a piece of burnt toast over their face and keep posting it. They love that.
That got me blocked by Keyshawn Nixon.
I reposted Jack Jones getting burnt in the end zone because it was right next to me, and the guy wouldn't see that shit. And I'm like, I mean, I posted it, so yeah.
I mean, you got to watch tape on it, right? Like, you're gonna see. It
Yeah,
yourself.
I mean, I'm sure AP rewinded that shit left and right, up and down. I mean, like, but I was right there with my phone, like, gotcha.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Joe. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. We got to do it again soon. If you don't follow Joe, again, he's at the Joe Morley _ always every Tuesday with Josh. We're live at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. Subscribe to our YouTube, QX Goat, the Goat 209 on Instagram, X, TikTok, and I'm Raiders AQ. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
500 people in the chat. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a very